This video response is going to go out to WildRoseBeautyX, and that is because you uploaded a video entitled College Dorm Room Tour. And I would just like to say that after watching this entire video, that I feel just awful that you and your roommates are staying in such a small dorm room. I mean, this thing is like a hotel room. I personally feel that you and your roommates deserve a much bigger dorm room. That's how I personally feel, and I hope you feel the same way. Anyway, as I was watching the entire video, I thought up some questions that I was kind of hoping other people would think up as well, but apparently they didn't. So I'm going to go ahead and ask you these questions, and we'll see what kind of response you give back to me. I would really like to see your response. Anyway, let's get into the questions, shall we? Alright, first of all, how tall is the main entrance door of your dorm room? Okay. And the reason I ask that is if you invite guests into your dorm room and they go through that entranceway, if it's not very tall, they're going to hit their head. Okay? And that wouldn't be a pretty thing at all. And what material is that door made out of? Is it a solid wood? Is it some kind of synthetic material? Easily broken into? Who knows? Okay? Now, how big is the gap between the door and the floor? And the reason I ask that is that, let's say you're trying to heat up your dorm room in the wintertime. Well, if you have a big gap between the door and the floor, a lot of that heat is just going to escape right out of that room and right into the hallway. And that wouldn't be too nice. Okay? How secure is the lock on that door? I mean, you hear it all the time. Dorm rooms do get broken into. People steal stuff out of dorm rooms. And worse. Let's not even talk about the worst. Okay, now you were showing us your kitchen, you showed us your microwave and your refrigerator. How much electricity does your refrigerator and microwave use on a regular basis? I mean, that's something to think about. Even when your microwave isn't cooking anything at the time, your microwave is still using electricity for the timer. You know, you've got the little clock on there. So on and so forth. And remember, your refrigerator is always using power, day and night. One of the things that you need in a dorm room especially is an energy efficient refrigerator. And for obvious reasons. Okay? Alright, now I saw a bowl of fruit on your kitchen table. What is your favorite fruit? I'd love to know that. Now, how sturdy are those kitchen chairs? I mean, if those are not very sturdy chairs, you might sit on there one day and the whole thing just breaks and you end up on the floor. That would not be too comfortable. Okay? Now, how old is your vacuum cleaner? The reason I say that is because older vacuum cleaners tend to use more power because they have to have more suction. And on top of that, the suction of your vacuum cleaner tends to deteriorate as your vacuum cleaner becomes older. That's a true fact. So it's something to think about. Okay. Now, as I'm sure you're well aware, there are toasters in the world that only cook 2 slices of toast at a time. And then there are other toasters that cook 4 slices of toast at a time. So which is it? Do you have a toaster that only cooks 2 pieces of toast at a time? Or 4? Okay. Now, the closet rod. You showed us your closet, and I was taking a look at the rod. I was kind of wondering what material the closet rod was made out of. Was it sturdy? Was it fixed in place? Is it flimsy, and if somehow it breaks, your clothes end up all over the closet floor? You know, that kind of thing. There's also a shelf right above your closet rod. And I was kind of wondering how sturdy that was. I mean, you know, you got a lot of stuff loaded on the top of it. If it's not sturdy, it'll break, and then all that's going to hit the closet rod, and it's going to knock everything to the floor. Something to think about. Anyway, I noticed how many clothes you had in your closet and the kind of hangers they were on. Are those the kind of hangers that are not only going to be sturdy enough to hold up those clothes but not tear them up at the same time? I mean, you know, some of those plastic hangers can do some serious damage to clothing, especially delicate clothing. Just saying. Anyway, yeah, I noticed how small your shower was. How sturdy is the shower curtain rod? That's another good question. And I think that's pretty much it that I'll go ahead and ask. I mean, I probably could come up with a few more questions, but I think that's plenty for now. Anyway, thanks for giving all of us your room tour. It was interesting, and I hope you have a great week, and I hope you enjoy spring break. I will tell you more in a future video. Stay tuned.